earlier within geography we had a particular concept called environmental geography. Fine. We had environmental geography. We were not studying this separately. We were just having some overview about what it is. But now, once, like civil services prelims plus forest service prelims was combined. For both exams, you will have same prelims. Because of that, number of questions with respect to environment started increasing. Else, this much of significance was not there. So, almost 10 to 12 questions in your prelims is from this particular aspect itself. Second important thing is, after 1990s, okay, so when we see world got divided into developed countries and developing countries. Okay, so I'll just give a bit. See, 1945 world was divided into first world countries, second world countries, third world countries. Okay, US and all its friends were called as first world countries. Okay, US and its friends are called first world countries. You had Russia at that time. What was Russia called as? USSR. USSR and its allies were called as second world countries, and when we say non-aligned movement NAM, remaining countries were called as third world countries. Okay, in the year 1990, what happened? USSR disintegrated. Okay, USSR disintegrated. The moment USSR broke down, this was removed. Okay, now the countries were divided into first world countries and third world countries. First world countries are developed countries. So all the developed countries came under first world countries, and when we say developing and least developed countries came under third world countries. This is called as global north. All developed countries are in the north, so it's called as global north, and developing and least developed countries are part of what we call as global south. Okay guys, so the world is basically divided into these two aspects. Now what happened? 1990s onwards, people started discussing environment, human rights, diseases. These are all increasing. It is responsibility of developed countries to help developing and least developed countries. So what they did, they started giving money. Money started flowing from developed countries to developing and least developed countries. This process led to what we call as environment coming to the center stage. Why? See, just you might have heard about climate change, correct? Global warming. For climate change alone, developed countries are giving $100 billion every year to developing and least developed country. What is the use of it? Let us think, you have a small island and water is still here. Okay, what is global warming? You might have heard about ocean level is rising, sea level is rising. Now if sea level rises, will it be submerged? To prevent submerging, what should I do? I will try to put a barricade like this. I will construct a wall. To construct the wall, do we need money? Yes. Who will give the money? developed countries is giving money to them. So what has happened today, this is a major source of income. I will get lot of money because of this particular thing. That is the reason everyone is focusing more on environment. Money is coming. So when money comes, everyone works on it. So because of IFOS, because of money coming from developed countries to us, everyone is worried about environment. So as civil servants, it is very important for you also to know what are the logics behind it and how do you get money. For example, let us take, you might have heard that we brought cheetahs from Africa. India brought cheetahs to, like, Kuno National Park. It is in Madhya Pradesh. We brought cheetahs there. Now, once a cheetah comes into India, we are planning to ensure that we protect it. At the same time, we are giving protection suggestions to many countries in the world. And developed countries will give money to us until please protect your forest. Are you getting the point? So are we getting money? If we get money, can we do certain things? Everything is about what? Business. So to know the technicalities of that, we are having this particular topic, environment and ecology. Now, why I'm trying to tell this is, one, in environment, what you will try to read is about the basics. You should clearly know the basics. And second part in environment will be mostly about the legal aspects, legal aspects, and also international aspects. Every year you take, if there are 12 questions in environment and ecology, 6 will be related to international aspects. Okay, globally they will tell, repeatedly they will tell. So what I'm trying to tell, I will teach you, like, core concepts from the basics which is required for a common man and also for a officer. So this is where 6 questions will come. This will be the basics and some will be factual data based on current events that we can manage. What I'm trying to tell now, please understand that this is little bit science. Okay, people may be from different backgrounds, so we understand that not everyone will be aware about the scientific terminologies. So what we'll do, we'll go from the basics, terminologies and all. I'll teach you each and every word. I want you to look at it from application point of view. If you already know, let us say you already know, but I want you to tell me the application part of it, so questions will be very clear to you in the exam. Okay, what is the meaning of that? What is environment, you will be knowing, but why should we study environment? Why should a civil servant study environment? If you can understand that particular logic, you can get the question as well. Okay, so for this, guys, there are multiple books that are suggested, guys. For basics, like, my class notes are more than enough, but along with class notes, my suggestion to you is, if possible, try to read PMF IAS or any book, guys, Environment and Ecology by Neeraj Nachiketa. Any book is fine. Okay, up to you. Now, the syllabus of environment is divided into 3 parts, guys. One is about ecology. Okay, one is about ecology. Second one is about biodiversity, and third is about climate change. These three are the topics that we have to cover. This. Earlier we could easily tell from ecology these many questions will come, biodiversity these many, climate change these many, but now due to YouTube, as everyone will come and tell read this, read only this, UPSC has stopped asking only that. Okay, so this is where you should be careful. You should have clarity on all the three. Okay, so to begin with, let's start with ecology. First important thing is about definitions. First is ecology. What is the meaning of this? 2 to 3 times they have asked this question. What is ecology? Okay. See, anywhere, first listen, then I'll make you write. If you see the word logy, what is the meaning of logy? Logy means study. Study of oikos. Okay. Echo comes from oikos. Oikos basically means our home. Study of our home. What is our home? 6th standard NCERT book, if you take, our environment will be there. Okay, that is about our environment. We are trying to study about our home or our environment. Whose environment? Human environment. Okay. Second, what is the meaning of environment? What do you understand by environment? I told you, I'll give you time, don't worry. I'll make you write properly, but first understand and tell me. Because these look simple, but I want you to have clarity over that. Okay. What is the meaning of environment? Ma'am? Then that's a different word. Okay. Gases around the earth. That's atmosphere, no? Sum total of living and non-living. Okay, good. Anything more? See, the moment you saw the word logy, what is the word to look for? Study. Same way, the moment you look for the word environment, you should come to the point. Your environment should be clean. Your environment should be good. What is the meaning of that? Circle. Around you. Now, around you, what all will be there? Around you. Now, in this classroom only, around you, your surrounding is your environment. Okay. Within the surrounding, what all will be there? Can you tell? He used a term. Can you try that? What was the term he used? Huh. Yes. What is it called? Biotic and abiotic. Very good, guys. So, living and non-living organisms, true. But the point is, questions will not be as simple as you expect. Okay. So, now, biotic, let us take. What are the biotic things that you normally find? Biotic. See, I'll use the terms, you see. Autotrophs. Question is directly asked on these words. Forget about other things. Have you heard autotrophs? School days? Huh, what is it? Huh? But what is the meaning of auto? Yes. Yes, good. So don't worry. I'm very happy that I can teach you from basics. Okay. So I'll tell you each and every word. It looks very simple, guys, but it is having in-depth meaning to this. Okay. See here, guys. Autotrophs. Auto, self. Okay. So self, any organism which can prepare food by itself without depending on others is called as what? Autotrophs. Plants, fungus, few bacteria, they all come under what? Autotrophs. And when we talk about heterotrophs, hetero, which depends on multiple things. Okay, any organism which depends on other organisms or multiple sources, if they get the energy, then it is called as what? Heterotrophs. What is the meaning of sapro? Sapro basically means anything which depends upon dead and decaying. Okay, for example, have you heard vultures? Okay, what vultures will do? Whenever people will keep body, rats, anything is dead, vulture will come, eat it and go. So anything which eats dead and decaying organism, then it will be called as what? Saprotrophs. Are you getting the point? What are the three terms you saw? Autotrophs, heterotrophs, saprotrophs. This was prelims question. Saprotrophs was asked in prelims because everyone knows auto and hetero. Okay, can you give examples of saprotrophs? Have you heard about hen? Like, hen, if you see, it goes and it keeps picking something. What are those? Earthworms. Have you heard earthworms? Huh. Earthworms normally eat dead and decaying matter. That's why in dustbin, if you leave food for some days and come back, small earthworms will start coming there. It will start consuming. Have you seen vermicompost and all? When you see, that is the fundamental thing. So guys, what are the three in biotic? What all will come under biotic? Autotrophs, heterotrophs and saprotrophs. Okay, now this autotrophs only can be divided into two. What are the two? Autotrophs itself can be divided into two. One, some can produce food in the presence of oxygen, and some can live even in the absence of oxygen. Are you getting the point? So we have two conditions. One is what? In the presence of oxygen, it will produce the food or it will be alive. Else, it will be even in the absence of what? Oxygen. Aerobic, aerobic and anaerobic. We use the terms. And when you talk about heterotrophs, you see, when you talk about heterotrophs, what all comes under heterotrophs? Herbivores, carnivores, and then omnivores. How many are herbivores? How many are carnivores here? Are you carnivores or omnivores? Do you eat only non-veg? Both. Both means what? Huh. Which are carnivores? Which is it? An example? Lion, tiger. Plants eat. Sapro? See, that's what I'm telling. What is the thing? They will give you which of the following are saprotrophs. They will give you 4 species names. You have to identify among this which is saprotrophs. It looks simple. It looks simple. But the point is you should have clarity what is what. That's where the doubt come. What all you have, then they eat fish. What all comes under abiotic, guys? See, I told you I'll make you write, but I want you to have clarity first. What all comes under abiotic? See, guys, abiotic basically means physical factors. Everyone think about it. What are all the physical factors that are present around you? What all will you have? Temperature. Can we say salinity? Okay. Can we say humidity? Can we say sunlight? They all comes under what? Physical factors. Then you think about organic and inorganic. Guys, can anyone differentiate what is organic and inorganic? No, ma'am. Generally, what is organic and inorganic? Anything which will be decomposed by living organisms, that will be called as what? Organic. For example, someone has thrown here, like some future civil servant has thrown, after mending, like the wood particles below. Okay, so is that organic or inorganic? Pencil, if you like sharpen and throw, yeah, is it organic or inorganic? Organic. Why? It can be decomposed. If you leave it for a while, it will be decomposed. Plastic you take, right? Can we say they cannot be decomposed? The one which can be decomposed is called as what? Organic. The one which cannot be decomposed will be called as what? Inorganic. Okay, so metals, right? Chemicals, they all come under what? Inorganic. So whenever you throw waste, what all will be there? You will have organic waste and also inorganic waste. Now, what is the use of so much classification? You may think, right? You may think, what is the use of so much classification? For example, let us say uh, you are a district collector and you want to put a road. If you put a road, what is the impact of the road on the environment is what they will ask you. Like, you have to make a detailed report of it. Now, what you thought, I am making a road. What am I doing to make a road? I will actually cut the trees around. I will cut the trees around. If I cut the trees around, can I say I am removing some autotrophs? Is that the only thing that happens? Can I say there will be several birds, several other species which will be present on that? Will that be affected? Yes. Along with it, can I say other species which are dependent on them will also be affected? Yes. Just take a very simple example. We went for putting, like telecom, what do you call it, as like receivers, transmitters we have put. Because of that, sparrows are not there. How many sparrows do you see today? Like earlier the number of sparrows were very huge. Today there are no sparrows at all. Okay, why did this happen? This happened because of towers. So I thought I am just doing some talks, but sparrows get affected. Why? Because that radiation in cities will be very high. As the radiation is very high, what is going to happen? It will die. Number of species reduced. Let us say I am removing a pond and I am coming for buildings there. If I remove the pond, what all will be removed? Yes, water will be removed, plants will be removed, fishes will be removed, but frogs will be removed, insects will be removed, many species will be removed. And then along with it, there will be some factors that will be affected as well. Can I say, if water bodies are reduced, temperature keeps increasing? If buildings come, can I say temperature keeps increasing? All those things to study, first of all, you should have a list of what are all part of environment. So if I do anything, what all will be affected? To study that particular concept, we are introducing this. This is a 10 marker once asked in the exam guys. What is environment and what are the factors associated with environment? You can't just write one or two, you have to elaborate the things in detail. Are you getting the point? Just if you write biotic, abiotic, it's not enough. Within this, you need to come to specific aspects and write about it. Clear? So, what is the keyword that you will search whenever we talk about environment? Surrounding. What is the keyword that you will search whenever we talk about ecology? Study. See, study is what? Environment. Ecology, logy means study. Environment means what? Surroundings. So they may change the statement, but they will not change these words. So that's why it's very, very essential. Now you see, interaction between biotic and biotic is called food chain. Have you heard food chain? Yes. What is food chain? How different organisms are dependent on each other. That is called biotic interaction is called as what? Food chain. And you see here, biotic, abiotic, if they both interact, it is called biogeochemical cycle. Have you heard? Biogeo, nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, have you heard? That comes under that. So this is where our progress will be. You write below definitions. First one, ecology. Ecology hyphen hyphen. Logy is study of. Logy is study of oikos. Oikos. That is our home. Our home. Here we try to study about all the factors associated with our earth. Next, right, second one, environment. Environment hyphen it is all the factors, surrounding an organism. Underline the word surrounding an organism. This surrounding will include will include biotic factors, biotic factors and abiotic factors, and abiotic factors. Biotic factors, biotic factors include hyphen first one autotrophs, autotrophs hyphen it includes, it includes all the organisms, all the organisms which can produce, which can produce its own food, its own food. Okay, guys, I want to ask you, I'll give a statement, you think and tell whether it's right or wrong, okay? All plants are autotrophs. Yes? No. Any example? Huh, what does it do? Bugs. It, like, these are carnivore plants. It will be at one place. It will produce a smell, scent. The bug will go to the smell and it will fall. It will slowly close. It will not have any system. What it does, liquids it will release. It will kill them, eat them. Okay. Rats will fall, guys. You have this, no? Rats will fall into this. The moment it's fall, nothing can come out. So, all is always wrong in environment. Are you getting the point? Huh. You tell me, how is food normally produced? Autotrophs produce food, correct? How does it produce? Have you heard the term called photosynthesis? Have you heard? Yes. Huh. Now I'll tell. All animals, or sorry, all plants produce food through photosynthesis. There are few which can produce even in the absence of sunlight. Are you getting the point? So what is the meaning of that? Can I say there will be one species which is always exception when it comes to environment? I keep telling you, like, this when you put Lysol or anything, one species will be there which will be alive. So that is always an exception. So please be very clear. I'm giving you notes, that doesn't mean that only will be asked. They will add all, none and modify the content. You should be ready for that particular thing. Okay. So you wrote example plants, the one which produce their own food, example plants through photosynthesis. Plants through photosynthesis. Next, you write heterotrophs. Heterotrophs. Hyphen. These are the organisms. These are the organisms which depends upon other organisms for their food. For their food. Hyphen. Herbivores. Herbivores. Carnivores. Omnivores. Do you want me to dictate even that herbivores is only plant eating? No, right? You can manage. Yes. For those, herbivores is only plant eating, carnivores is only meat eating, flesh eating. Yes. Omnivores is both. Huh. How do you differentiate the species, guys? Do you have any idea how do they differentiate? Your jaw is there, right? Flat teeth if animals have, then it is herbivores. Horse and all, you see, teeth, flat teeth is called as what? I don't know if you are understanding. See, if teeth is like this, flat teeth, your backside teeth, okay, that is called as what? Herbivores. If it is canine like this, sharp, your front teeth, then it is called as what? Carnivores. We are both. That's why we have both. Okay, you try if you want, people who eat non-veg, you can't bite with your back teeth. You have to bite with your front teeth. You can chew with your back teeth. Okay, so guys, these are all prelims questions only, not like they won't ask you. They are asking, like, when tigers talk to each other, like a male tiger talk to female tiger, how do they talk? This was asked in the exam. So these are absolutely fine. Okay, they make a noise, it seems. That particular noise was asked. How they communicate. So you get this. Second, normally, guys, dogs also, have you seen, like, they go by smell. Every organism has that specific aspect to understand. Yes. Omnivores will have both. Yeah. Next to it, saprotrophs. Saprotrophs. I'll use a term, guys. Remember, natural scavengers. Okay, what is the meaning of scavengers? The one who clean. Okay, the one who clean your surroundings are called as scavengers. If a dead body is there, people will come, they will take it and throw, correct? That they are called as scavengers. But in nature, there are certain organisms which will remove it over 3 to 4 days. You might have seen rats and other things, dogs which have fallen. Over a period of time, it will be completely removed. So that is called as what? Scavengers. Fine. So you write, these are saprotrophs. These are natural scavengers which mostly depend upon dead and decaying matter. Okay, now think about it, guys. Two words I used. One is what? Dead. Another one is what? Decaying. Dead is animals or plants. Okay. Decaying basically means food, banana, leaves. If something falls down, those things must be decomposed. That is also called as what? Sapro. Sapro is not only dependent on what? Dead. It is also dependent on decaying. For example, vultures. Vultures will not eat like all other things. It will only eat flesh. Bacteria and all will eat any type. Earthworms will eat any type. Like it mostly decomposing. So similar to that, you need to have understanding. You got you write vultures, earthworms, bacteria, etc. Questions are asked directly, guys, which of the following act as decomposers? Like saprotrophs. If you normally see lions, guys, if any dead body is found, lion won't go and eat. Lion has a lot of ego. Lion has a lot of ego. It will not accept if you just throw some flesh, it will go catch. Only in zoo it may eat. But once it comes out, if any animal is dead, it won't go and eat so easily. It will feel like, when I am there, I'll catch and eat. Why should I? Only in the old age, it will do that. Tigers and lions, once they become old, okay, they go on top of the hills where no animals are found. They will go, they will hide themselves, they will feel the pain and they will die. They don't want like, okay, I am weak, so other what you call wolves and all will come and attack them together. To avoid it, what it does, in the old age it goes, it will be alone, it won't eat food for long and it dies. So they have their own what you call self-respect, right? So you see again you write below abiotic factors. Abiotic factors. These are non-living factors present around a living organism. It includes three important factors. First one, physical factors. These factors are temperature, salinity, humidity, sunlight, etc. Okay, now on the basis of environment, organisms will always have two types of environment. Internal environment, external environment. Okay, internal environment, external environment. What is the meaning of that? I'll tell you. Let us say you have a fish which is present in the ocean. Okay, can you bring the same fish and put it in fresh water? Can I say the fish present in salt water cannot exist in fresh water? Yes. So can I say that means external environment plays a very important role, and there must be balance between external environment and internal environment? If that balance is not there, animals can't survive. That is what we try to study about physical factors. For example, can you people go and live in tundra region? We may live with everything. How many days? Is that our habitat? No. But can I say there are species there also? Yes. So I should be aware in which physical factors I am able to introduce an organism. I want you to think and tell. I brought lions from Africa. I brought cheetahs from Africa. Where should I release the cheetahs? Where should I release the cheetah? Where should I release the lions? Can I say cheetahs run very fast? Yes. If cheetahs run very fast, should it require an environment like this? You see, should it have more trees like this, or should it have more grasses with few trees? Which is good for cheetahs? Why? Running is easy. It can't, like, get hurt easily. Here gets hurt. So now you tell, more rainfall area, less rainfall area, correct? More rainfall leads to forest, less rainfall leads to grasslands. Physical factors determine where I should introduce a species, where I shouldn't introduce a species. Have you seen turtles? What is the difference between turtles and tortoise? See, I know everyone is reading for the first time, so let's try to understand certain aspects, because questions are very important rather than just reading for the sake of reading. Okay, you understood the concept, it's fine, but if you are not able to, guys, turtles will have fins, tortoise will have legs. This survives on land, this survives in the beach. Are you getting the point? Now, when you have turtles, turtles are scared to lay their eggs, okay, in the ocean, because in the ocean many species will come and take it off. So what the turtles will do, they come little onto the land, dig and keep and go. Okay, turtles will come, they will keep and go. Now the problem is, the turtles when they break, the small turtles that come, they don't know how to walk. This is very small. They are not exposed. So what it does, turtles are aware that the eggs when it breaks, the small ones which comes out cannot walk. So it will lay eggs in such a time that by the time it breaks, high tide will come. Okay, it will see the nature. Where is the moon? High tide when it will come. Spring tides. If you if you see full moon day, new moon day, you will have spring tides we call. Water will come very high. So on that day they will plan exactly. Okay, if I lay my eggs today, after 15 days I am going to have spring tide. On that day, by the time it breaks, water will come and all my kids will come into the water. That's how it will plan. Who will teach them? Are you getting the point? No one teaches. They are very close to the nature. They understand what is happening. Exactly at that particular time it will release. So this is where I am trying to tell you, every organism, see, you are not reading anything unnecessarily. Please understand, you are preparing for an exam and that exam is superior. And for that exam, if you are reading a subject, understand that subject has some meaning. If it is not there, they won't give these questions at all. You see here, these are olive ridley turtles which come and lay eggs. See, they will be very small. Water comes and takes them slowly. It can float. Later they learn. Only human beings are the only creature on earth. After 9 months, baby will come. 5 years, they will be taking care of the baby. Have you seen elephants how they do? Elephant will fall. It will be standing, it won't sit also. It will fall. The moment it falls, the cover around it will break. Liquids will pour out. The elephant will be there. Mother will turn, push it this way, that way, and ask it to stand. 2 times it will give, stand, chalo. Okay. We don't take, don't carry, don't carry. Kids should not be carried also. So I'm just trying to tell, humans are the only one who is being treated like this. And the worst problem, I'll tell you, cats and all are there at home. People, have you seen? I've seen a family where the cat is there. Okay. So that cat has become pregnant. So when I entered into the house, they told, no, no, don't make noise. She's sleeping. They give names, no nicknames will be given. She's sleeping. I told, who? Cat. Acha, cat is sleeping. No, no, it's pregnant, so don't make noise. It has to sleep. And when I went to see, they had put that scarf and all around it. Have you observed? Women during pregnancy, they put the scarf and all. They had put all those things. I was like, it was happy in nature, roaming around. You brought, and that has become so sensitive to these environmental conditions. It also behaves same way. It requires clean one and all. So I'm just trying to tell, human intervention anywhere leads to lot of changes, and that is what we need to reduce. Your intention is to ensure that nature is left to itself. We are not interfering and helping them to do anything. You should not wait on that day, go and push. No, it will come. Wait, because what happens from there till here, if it has to come, it may learn something in the process. If you help, it won't. This is where the nature teaches us that always work hard for your self improvement. If someone helps you in that moment, even then you should work for yourself. No species in nature ever gets food freely. Only humans are feeded freely by government for voting them. See, anything in nature, does it get food by itself? How much struggles it has to undergo? So I'm just trying to tell, essay, ethics, when you write, try to bring these aspects and write. One interview, student was asked, why do you want to become a civil servant? He told, sir, I want to achieve equality. That's why I'm entering into civil services. They asked, show me one thing in nature where everything is equal. One thing, one species where equality exists. Entire nature hierarchy will be there. Food chain. No equality, correct? There is no equality. Will all grasses be same height? Will all trees be same height? Can I say they compete? Competition is rule of nature. Then why are you aiming for equality? This was asked. Are you getting the point? So actually the answer is we are humans, we are rational enough. So we can reduce inequality. It's not like I will eliminate inequality. Okay. So you understood the meaning of physical factors, guys? This is very, very essential for us to study before introducing any organism into any type of environment. Okay, physical factors. Next, you write organic factors. Organic factors. These are easily decomposed. These are easily decomposed. These are easily decomposed. Example, food, comma, leaves, animal waste, etc. etc. Next you write inorganic, inorganic factors, inorganic factors, hyphen, these are not, these are not easily decomposed, easily decomposed. Example, plastic, chemicals, etc. Plastic, chemicals, etc. Now, ecosystem. Okay, it's very simple. Please understand. The moment you see ecology, study, the moment you see environment, it is surrounding, correct? The moment you see system means interaction. Okay, the moment you see the word system is what? Interaction. You see this. Now, if we take, like, there are elements A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C elements are there. How do the elements interact with each other is what we call it as what? System. Okay, so what is a system? System is what we call as interaction between what? Between elements. And guys, what are these elements? These elements are what? Biotic and abiotic. Everyone? So, the elements are biotic and abiotic. Are you getting the point? That's why first I did environment. So, what is environment? Environment means all the elements that are there in the surroundings. Now, how these elements interact with each other is studied in ecosystem. Okay, I will give you few names, you will only understand. The first one is called as food chain, guys. Do you all understand? Food chain. What is food chain, guys? Can you think and tell? What is food chain all about? Can you tell one food chain that you remember in your school days? I'll start. You tell which one will eat which one. Grass. Grass is consumed by which one? Grasshopper. Very good. Grasshopper is consumed by frog. Very good. Then frog is consumed by snake. Snake is consumed by eagle. Very good. So now, can I say all are what? Biotic or abiotic? Biotic. So can I say all the biotic species are interacting with each other? Yes, that is called as what? Food chain. So that is called as what? Ecosystem. What is system? Interaction between different elements. So in environment, different elements are biotic and abiotic. The interaction between biotic and biotic, biotic and abiotic, abiotic and abiotic is called as ecosystem. Are you getting the point? What are the two factors you have? What are two? Biotic and abiotic. Biotic can interact with biotic. Biotic can interact with abiotic. Abiotic can interact with abiotic. Let me give an example. You saw food chain. Food chain is what example? Biotic and biotic. Okay. Can you tell me, pollution, pollutants enter into food chain. Okay, pollutants enter into food chain. Everyone think and tell, can I say this is abiotic? What is this? Biotic. Interaction between biotic and abiotic is also possible. Third, water reacts with, okay, so it may form H2NO3. So now what I'm trying to tell, water is abiotic, nitrous oxide is abiotic. When they both interact, you get abiotic. Is that also case? This is what we try to study. Okay. So system, the moment you see the word system, what is the word you look for? Interaction. You write ecosystem. Hyphen. System indicates interaction between different elements present. Full stop. Ecosystem means interaction between different elements in the environment, different elements in the environment, that is biotic and abiotic elements. Next point, biotic elements are interacting with either biotic and abiotic elements. Below this first one, biotic interaction. Biotic interaction. Hyphen. It is an interaction between two different species where both the organisms will have different impact. Okay. See guys, first, symbiotic, okay, symbiotic or mutualism. What is the meaning of this, guys? In this case, don't write, I'll make you write. Both the species will be benefited. Okay. This bird is plover bird, guys. Okay. This is your crocodile. Can you see carnivores? It cannot, and it doesn't have legs. We take teeth and all, like toothpick and all, we do. They don't have anything like that. Now what happened? It has eaten a flesh. In its teeth here and there, it gets stuck. Now, crocodile doesn't know how to remove. What it does, it comes and opens the mouth. This specific bird's beak, exactly plucks the flesh without hurting the crocodile. Other birds, if they come and pluck, they will eat flesh also, crocodile flesh also. This bird will eat only the extra thing. It won't eat beyond that. So, crocodile will open the mouth, this bird will fly, it will go and sit on the teeth and eat. Can I say the bird got the food? Bird got the food and crocodile got relief. Both got benefited. That is called as what? Mutualism. Symbiotic. Okay, symbiotic. Now, in school days you might have heard of this pollination. Have you heard? Honeybees will be there, insects will be there, they go and sit. When you sit on a leaf, you might have seen those small things will be there that it will carry and go and sit on another thing. So actually why is it going? It is going to suck the liquid. When it goes to suck the liquid, the stickiness of that will stick. It will help to move from one to another. See, nature is so beautifully arranged where one does one thing and the other doesn't know about it. It goes and it helps in the process. Pollination occurs. Can you see this species? Okay. So guys, here I want you to see this is called coral reefs, guys. In this coral reefs, you will have a species called coral polyps. Okay, this is coral polyp. This is non-vegetarian, purely carnivores, but it is stuck to one place. It cannot go anywhere. It is always at one place. That means like plant, but it is non-vegetarian. What it does, it will allow some algae to grow on it. That algae is zooxanthellae algae we call. So algae and coral polyps, they are present together. Now whenever small fishes come to eat the algae, they catch them and they eat them. So can I say algae is helping corals to get the food? At the same time, corals will give chemicals required for the algae. Can I say both are getting benefited? What is it called as? Mutualism. Okay. Yes, they will give you example and expect you to know what is what. Turtles, guys, they go closer to the coral reefs. Actually, turtles also don't have hand. I told you it has fins. So what normally happens, its teeth, if something gets stuck, it will go and bite these sharp edges. It bites to remove that. Whenever it bites, what is going to happen? If any dirt or anything is there, it will be removed. Once it is removed, what is going to happen? Like, corals can grow easily there. So can I say turtles will get it removed? At the same time, turtles will benefit the corals also. What is it called as? What is it called as? Mutualism. Symbiotic. Fine. Examples like this are mostly asked in the exam. Okay, what comes under what? So you write below. Did you make this? No, right? Huh. You write biotic interaction, don't write this. Biotic interaction, below that first one, symbiotic or mutualism. Symbiotic or mutualism. Hyphen. It is an interaction. It is an interaction between two organisms where both the organisms are benefited. Both the organisms are benefited. Example, crocodile and plover bird. Crocodile and plover bird. Second, pollination. Pollination. Third, in coral reefs, in coral reefs, coral polyp and zooxanthellae algae. Zooxanthellae algae. Second one, parasitic. Right? Parasitic. Parasitic. One species, hyphen, one species is benefited and other species is affected, and other species is affected. Can we, okay, what about coronavirus case? Which one got benefited, which one got affected? Can I say the moment virus enters into your body, it multiplies? That means did it get benefited? You got disease? Are you affected? Viral infections and all are examples of which one? Parasitic. Any other example can you think where one is benefited, another one is affected? Think. Which one? Acha, eating non-veg. Okay. Yes? Lion deer. So can I say what he is trying to tell or what she is trying to tell is food chain. Can I say food chain is a very good example of symbiotic. One gets the food, another one gets affected. So that is called as what? Symbiotic. When one species get benefited and other species get affected, we call it as what? Symbiotic. Sorry, parasitic. Called as what? Parasitic. You write below example, viral infections are parasitic because virus gets benefited and and the organism is affected. Yes. Commensalism. Commensalism. Because one species will be benefited and the other species is unaffected. Okay? One is benefited, another one is unaffected. Let me tell you how. Now, everyone see here. Wherever the rainfall is very heavy, guys, so what is going to happen? Trees will grow. But as trees grow closer, because lot of nutrients are available, all the trees will grow closer. When trees grow closer, some trees try to compete. Some trees try to compete. So what is going to happen? They all grow in height and other trees grow taller. Can we say everyone is competing? At this point of time, some plants try to grow on the trees. Snake. Okay, for example, snake, it eats a rat. It doesn't know what to do because it doesn't have the capacity to break. Digestive system is not there. So what it does, it eats a what do you call, mouse or something. It will go to a tree. It will, like, turn around the tree and presses tightly. so that all the bones will break. Of what? Mouse. Once it breaks, it will release liquids and eat. So you tell me, did tree got benefited or snake got benefited? Snake. Tree has nothing. Okay, someone hugged me and went. Like, tree doesn't feel anything. So here also, can you see, this particular species is growing on the trees, guys. This species is called as epiphytes. Why are they growing? If they are tall, they can get sun's rays. If they are short here, they won't get sun's rays. So for sun's rays, they will grow on the tree. That is called as what? Epiphytes. Are you getting the point? That is called as epiphytes. Now this is called as what? Commensalism. That is, epiphytes get benefited. Who is not getting benefited? Tree. Or is it affected or unaffected? You tell me from tree point of view. Affected or unaffected? Unaffected. Because it has nothing to do with the process. So you wrote commensalism. It is an interaction. It is an interaction where one species gets benefited and other species is unaffected. Is unaffected. Draw this, yes. Amensalism. Amensalism. One species is affected, another one is unaffected. Okay. One is affected, another one is unaffected. How? Okay, I'll tell you. Creepers. Have you heard creepers? Grapes, vineyards and all, if you see, the plants will grow over them. What does it come under? What does it come under? Is it commensalism or amensalism? Commensalism, because one is getting benefited, another one is not affected. Let us take amensalism. Okay. What is amensalism? Now you see here, yes, you have a tree, in the shadow of the tree, a small tree or plant is there. Okay. Now, as sun's rays will fall, the shadow will fall on it. If sun's rays is here, shadow will fall on it. Can I say this tree will not get enough sunlight? If it doesn't get enough sunlight, will it die? Yes. Can I say this species is affected? Yes or no? Yes. What about these two? Unaffected. Suddenly if elephant stamps a bird, bird gone, elephant is unaffected. So elephant is not benefited also. Do you agree with me? There was a mouse or something running, elephant suddenly stamped it, mouse died. Elephant can't eat also, it's of no use. So can I say it is neither benefited nor affected? Which one? Elephant. Whereas the mouse is dead. Same way here you see, these two trees are neither benefited nor affected. But this species is getting affected because of this. That is called as what? Amensalism. Are you getting the point? This looks very simple, looks very simple. Terminologies, if you can understand, most of the questions you will be able to solve. 3 to 4 questions will come only on the terminologies. See, UPSC will not be like this for long. It will stop all these toppers coming and telling shortcuts. Once it is done, again it comes back to the original way. It sets question papers. So you must have clarity of the things. Fine. So are you getting the point? What are the first one? Mutualism. What is mutualism? Try. Both species benefit. Parasitic, one benefited, another one affected. Commensalism, one benefited, another one unaffected. Unaffected means zero. Okay. There is huge difference between affected and unaffected, guys. Okay. Fourth, you think and tell me now, amensalism. What is it? One species is affected, another one is unaffected. You write amensalism hyphen. When two species interact, comma, one species will be unaffected, and another one will be affected. Hyphen. Example, when there are plants or shrubs grown in the shadow of other trees, then the plant or shrub will not receive sunlight and it will be affected. Draw this, please. What is the difference? Now you only see and tell. What is happening between two species? See here, ma'am. Confusion is good, but see, what is the confusion here? You see, parasitic, what is happening? One species is getting benefited. So, for example, virus is getting benefited, whereas another animal is getting killed. If virus enters into my body is affected, but virus is benefited. So here comes virus, here comes my body. But when I am talking about amensalism, one species is affected, whereas another species has no effect at all. There is no benefit, there is no negative, there is no positive. In parasitic, there will be positive to one, negative to another. That's why these symbols I have given. I know over a period of time you get confused with the terms. So what is that? You should have clarity that it is minus and 0. Okay. So I'll give a very simple example, guys. Coffee is a shade loving crop. Okay. Coffee is a shade loving crop. That means wherever shadow is there, coffee grows comfortably. So sometimes what people will do, they will grow trees and in the shadow they will make coffee to grow. Okay. Now think and tell what type of interaction it is. Coffee requires shadow of the tree and coffee will grow well if trees are present. What is it? See properly, see. Is coffee benefited or coffee affected? I told you. Coffee, if it grows in the shadow, coffee will be benefited. That means what? Positive. Okay. What is the benefit for the tree? There is no benefit for the tree. Then what is it? What is it? Please, confused. Now you tell. See, it's fine, ma'am. See, this is where exam comes into picture. Rather than getting confused in the exam, get confused here. See, coffee loves to grow in the shadow. That means coffee gets benefited if shadow is there. Okay. There is a tree. Below the tree in the shadow, coffee is growing. Now, what is the relationship between tree and coffee? If you check, is coffee benefited or is it affected? Benefited. Benefited means positive. What about the tree? Tree is not at all benefited because of the coffee. So it is what? Are you getting the point? Okay. Now, starfish eats corals. Starfish eat corals. So, can you tell me what type of interaction it is? Don't need. First, plus minus. What is happening? You see. What is it? What is the first one? I'm not telling yes or no. I'm asking you to have patience. What is the first point? Starfish is getting food, correct? Is it benefited or not? Yes. Is coral reefs dying? If someone eats you, you will die. Starfish will go and eat corals. Means corals will die. If corals die, then are they affected? Yes, one is plus, another one is minus. Then what does it come? Parasitic. That's why this table I'll give at the end. I know. Exam, what they will do, they will give you some examples. I'll give a very simple thing. Cow will be there, okay. Cow, if you go closer, on the skin of the cow, you will have cow dung and all a lot. In those cow dung, some small beetles and all will be there. Have you seen? Like, there will be some small insects and all. You might have seen, that's why cows will be, using its tail to hit regularly. Yes, because everything comes and sits on it. Now you tell, the insect which comes and sits on the cow, did it get a place? Yes. But did cow get benefited? No. Did cow get affected? No. Cow is neither benefited nor affected. But insect got benefited. What is it called as? Commensalism. Are you getting the point? A small rat fell into a plant and plant got the food, rat died. What is it? Parasitic. One got benefited, another one did not get benefited. Okay. So, all this comes under what? Biotic interaction. There are two more, guys. Fifth one, you write. competition, competition. Yes, tiger and lion both are fighting for the same rat or rabbit. What will happen? When tiger and lion fight, rabbit runs away. Did both get benefited or did both get affected? Yes. So when two species compete with each other, what is going to happen? Both the species will be affected. That's why what happens, if you see a dog, okay, street dogs, you see, they would have demarcated areas. Dogs, they would have demarcated areas. Have you seen? One dog cannot enter into another dog's area. This, it will be my territory. And that too, there will be some union also. Okay. So if any new dog comes, have you seen, this dog will shout somewhere, some dog will be there. That will also start shouting and running. Why? We all have to be together to protect our territories. So if you help me, I will help you. Okay. What is that? Basically, every organism tries to demarcate the boundary so that there is no competition between them. If both fight for the same thing, no one will get money. Beggars also, you see, association is there. Like, they also have areas. You go and ask anyone, like, normally you go and try to ask someone, help me. Another beggar will come. Did you meet the president recently? Like, without meeting president, how did you come? They have their own union. And that too, they will have bidding also. You have to pay to beg. Like, in Himayat Nagar circle, it is 1 lakh, it seems, for 15 days. If you give 1 lakh, they will give you 15 days time to beg in that area. Are you getting the point? So he will earn more. So you will have demarcations being made whenever competition comes into picture. Remember, we have a term, two same species with same work, with same food habit cannot stay together. The fundamental principle of law of nature. Two equally powerful animals which consume same food or which consume same type of animals cannot stay in the same area. Tigers and lions, cheetahs and lions, they all cannot stay together. So initially we wanted to bring cheetah and introduce it in Gir forest of Gujarat. Okay, Gujarat has lions, Gir lions are present. They wanted to introduce it there. Then they felt there will be competition between them, and whenever competition is there, lion will win and cheetah will die, because lion is old. It already knows the area very well, so it will be very strong. Cheetahs will die. So they introduced cheetahs in an area where no other tigers, lions or cheetahs are present, so that they can stay together. Are you getting the point? So what I'm trying to tell, two species which eat same type of food cannot stay together, because it leads to competition and both the species will be affected. Are you getting the point? So you write competition, competition hyphen whenever two species come together with similar food habits or the organisms present at same trophic level, will not be benefited, will not be benefited as both the species, as both the species are affected. Both the species are affected. Last one is, okay, you write example, example, lion and cheetah, lion and cheetah, which has, which has same, same ecological, ecological niche. I'll explain this later. Ecological niche means same work, same habitat, something like that. Ecological niche cannot exist together. Next, neutralism. Neutralism. Yes, neutralism means both are not affected. Lion and grass. Okay, grass is also safe, lion is also safe. That is called as what? Neutralism. You right? When both the species, when both the species are unaffected, are unaffected, even when, even when there is interaction, even when there is interaction, then it is neutralism. Example, example, carnivore species, carnivore species along with, along with trees, trees or plants, plants. Okay. Can you draw this, guys? Done. You wrote this also. Neutralism. Yes, actually, I want you to understand a very simple point here. Uh, I gave you different examples, correct? But remember, I'll take one species, okay? I'll take one species. That one species will have symbiotic relationship with some organism. For example, coral polyps has symbiotic relationship with what? Like, with algae. Same coral reef, same coral reef is a parasite for a fish because it will kill the fish and eat. Same coral reef, right? Same coral reef doesn't affect whales, vultures. Same coral reefs get affected when, like, big species dug mud and all. When any species will come and if it puts mud, the species will die. So what I'm trying to tell, same species will experience all this. Think in your life also, there will be some symbiotic relationship. Mutual, who are closer to you, both will be benefited. There will be some who are toxic. There will be some you will be benefited, they are unaffected, parents. Fine. There are some you are affected, they are unaffected. In hostel, someone will be there, relatives, right? There is competition where, like, there will be a security guard, watchman or someone, and you are not affected, they are not affected. Fine. So I'm just trying to tell, every species will have all these things. This is what you try to study. When you bring an aquarium, when you leave two fishes, first you should know what type of relation those two fishes will have within the aquarium. On the basis of that, you should release, correct? What is the best one? Two species I am releasing into aquarium. Either it should be what? Mutualism. If it is parasitic, will it be helpful? No. Commensalism, one is benefited, another one is unaffected. That is also fine because it's not getting any trouble. No. Competition is not good. Both will be fighting for oxygen. Neutralism is also good. These two are not affected even if they are staying together. Right? So like this, I'm just trying to tell, biotic interaction basically means we are not only talking about the species interaction with itself, we are also talking about all the different types of interactions that exist. Fine. So now, can you tell, first thing what you saw was logy, ecology, correct? Logy means what? Study. When I say environment, what are the two words you see? Yes, surrounding. Surroundings will include biotic and abiotic. What are the three in biotic? Auto, hetero, sapro. Correct? Autotrophs, heterotrophs, saprotrophs. What are autotrophs? What are autotrophs? Which produce their own food. What are heterotrophs? Which depends on others for their food. Third, saprotrophs, which depends on dead and decaying matter, correct? Then we saw, like, what do you call it? Abiotic factors. Abiotic factors are divided into what? Physical factors, organic factors, inorganic factors. Next, you saw ecosystem. In ecosystem, we saw system is what? Interaction. Interaction between what? biotic and abiotic factors, correct everyone? Now in that you saw biotic interaction, okay, again you will have biotic interaction in the form of food chain. It will be in the form of food chain, okay. This food chain is divided into terrestrial and aquatic, okay. Terrestrial food chain, terrestrial ecosystem or terrestrial food chain, and you will also have aquatic food chain. You see this terrestrial food chain is divided into two parts, okay, two parts. One is called as grazing food chain, another one is called as detritus food chain. I'll explain each one, guys. Detritus food chain. Aquatic food chain on the basis of flow, whether it is flow or stagnant, we call it as lotic and lentic, okay. On the basis of salinity, I'll explain, like each one. Fresh water, brackish water, saline water, okay. Make note of this, guys. Food chain, food chain. So within that, terrestrial, aquatic, grazing and detritus. Fine. Very simple, guys, don't worry. First, guys, you see grazing, another one is what? Detritus. What is the meaning of terrestrial? On land, okay, on land, right. See guys, grazing basically means at the bottom you should have autotroph, guys. At the bottom if you have autotroph, then it is called as what? Grazing food chain. For example, you have grass. Grass is consumed by what? Grasshopper. School days, guys. Grasshopper. Grasshopper is consumed by what? Frog. Frog is consumed by what? Snake. Snake is consumed by what? Eagle. Correct? Guys, at the bottom, if you have autotroph, then it is called as what? Grazing. It is called as grazing food chain. But is it always true, guys? Is food chain always true? Can it go wrong? Can it go wrong? Huh. So, what are you studying here? I am teaching you a very simple thing. What is that? Frog is eaten by what? Snake. Can you see? Frog is eating the snake. So, food chain is also not always correct. I can show you few examples where lion is biting grass. So, like all this is only for namesake. Fine, we go by majority, not by minority. Whereas, this detritus, at the bottom, you will have dead and decaying matter. Okay, please understand. Dead and decaying matter can also be called garbage, litter. You might have seen littering is not permitted. Littering means throwing waste. Waste matter is consumed by which one? Earthworms. Earthworms are consumed by hen. Hen plucks and eat. Hen is consumed by. See, the moment you put humans, food chain ends everywhere because man eats everything. Chinese man eat everything. Right. So, earthworms, hen, so what is the difference between grazing food chain and detritus food chain? In the grazing food chain, bottom will be what? Autotrophs. Autotrophs produce food through what? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis gets energy from where? Sun. Sun becomes source of energy for grazing food chain. For dead and decaying matter, sun is not the major source, but waste food will become the source of energy. That is the fundamental difference. This was prelims question. What will be there in detritus food chain? Okay, can you write this too? Fine. Below this, food chain, food chain illustrates. See, food chain, whenever you write it like a diagram, right? So that's why we use the term illustrate. Food chain illustrate transfer of energy, transfer of energy and nutrients, and nutrients through an ecosystem, through an ecosystem as organisms, as organisms consume each other, as organism consume each other. Full stop. At the bottom, at the bottom of the food chain, at the bottom of the food chain, is what will be there at the bottom of the food chain? Normally producers. Okay, at the bottom of the food chain there will be producers, producers which are eaten by, which are eaten by primary consumer, primary consumer, comma, secondary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer, tertiary consumer. Next paragraph. Based on the area, based on the area where there will be, where there will be food chain, comma, it is divided into, it is divided into terrestrial food chain, terrestrial food chain and aquatic food chain, and aquatic food chain. Within terrestrial food chain, terrestrial food chain there will be grazing food chain, grazing food chain where autotrophs will be present, at the bottom, at the bottom, whereas in detritus food chain, in detritus food chain dead and decaying matter, dead and decaying matter forms a source of energy, forms a source of energy. Next point. In food chain, there will be different levels, there will be different levels each level is represented by trophic level. Trophic level. Full stop. It represents a feeding position. It represents a feeding position. See guys, every level is called as what? Trophic level. Okay. Within grazing food chain, eagle will have highest trophic level, grass will have lowest trophic level, grasshopper will have second trophic level. They talk like that. Okay. Trophic level means what? It is a feeding position, or the level in food chain, or the level in food chain indicating how organisms obtain their energy. How organisms obtain their energy. Okay. So guys, this is, I'll explain further food chain in detail tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.